Hi again, Kim Coco here, founder of Swagtail. I'm so glad you're joining me today for this short video about the 4 seasons of a yoga business. Now, if you look around you, you can watch your environment change outside from season to season. And we have these different cycles in our businesses as well. And although some entrepreneurs lead you to believe that you can have record-breaking quarters every single quarter, people busting out your door, growth at rapid paces all the time, that's just likely not the case. So once you understand the different seasons of your yoga business, then you can better prepare for them and enjoy them as they roll through. And the best part is you can enjoy them. You're not going to feel pressure to be somewhere else when you're in a different season. And while the seasons outside change based on temperature, precipitation, and the angle of the sun, we're going to look at the pace of your business. So the different pace of your clientele will generally indicate which season you're in. So let's take a look at those in detail. If you want to print out this worksheet, you can start to go along with us. It's at swagtail.com/4-seasons, and the link's below. So the first is the winter season, and this is usually the slowest season of the year for you, the slowest quarter. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to correlate with the winter season outside. It's just saying this is your slowest season for your business. So which 2 to 3 months of the year do you consecutively have fewer clients or less engagement of existing clients? I have space here so you can write that down. And then out of these 3 months, which one is the slowest? Remember, we have a 1 in 3 rule that generally 1 month out of every quarter tends to be slower than the others. This is just due to holidays, just life in general, but depending on the industry. So again, the yoga industry in your part of the world can be different, but contractors, painting companies, interior designers, they all have fluctuating seasons too. And out of the 3 months per quarter, one can be slower than the other. So if you notice which one that is for you, mark it down. The third question for yourself in the winter season is what makes this time of year unique for your business? So you might live in a ski town where populations explode in the winter time, and then summer you find yourself at a slower pace. Or same in Florida here, oftentimes the winter months are very busy because we have a lot of snowbirds that come in, and then summer months tend to get a little more quiet. So notice what that slower season has to offer around you and what's going on in your environment so that you can maybe just use this information as we move on in this process. And the next question I have here is, are there any actions to take before the season hits to prepare? You might be doing this already. You might be saving money in advance in the busier time so that when things get a little more slim or slow, you're prepared, you're flush in your bank account. You might create some new workshops for the locals. You might branch out and teach classes elsewhere. You might incentivize your own team, your own community to follow you to different places, or you might serve an entirely different market at that time of year as well. So lots of different options to consider here, but you want to think in advance. You might be in your slow season right now, in which case you're in the thick of it, but if you can think in advance, then it's a great idea. And there's lots of other options on this website too. And then what actions do I plan to take for the next winter season to keep my momentum moving forward? And this is the steps you're going to take when you're in your slow season, because there is a benefit to this. You have more time to work on your business. Remember, you have your technical skills and your managerial skills and your entrepreneurial skills. So you want to make sure that this is the time you utilize to envision your business, where it's going to grow, how you're going to evolve, and then take care of yourself in the process. So we have a whole list of on here about things you can do, about filling up your own energy tank, automating or streamlining portions of your business, or even creating new events, new workshops, new ideas for as things start to pick up later on in the year. So take note of your winter season. This is a great time to set a new plan in action and take out what's not working and start to build new ways that will. Next, you have the spring season. This is when things start to come to life. Your pace starts to pick up. More clients are emailing you and interested in your services, and you can feel this momentum growing in the business. And so you want to mark down when you start to see this. And again, out of this spring season, which one out of those 3 months tends to be the slowest? They don't have to fall in line exactly with the quarters of the year, but you will know for yourself and your business when the pace starts to change. So the winter season is a quieter time when you can plan, and the spring season is a great time to start to put those ideas into action. You're not so busy yet that you can't implement new things. You still have a lot of energy and a reserved enthusiasm to put these ideas into action and then see how your community responds. If you get great feedback, you can do more of it. If you make mistakes, you're not going to make a huge mistake because you're just trying things out at a smaller scale. So enjoy that process. And then as your clientele is growing and you're trying new things, get feedback along the way, because you want to fine tune here as much as possible. Because when you get to your summer season, the 3 busiest months of the year for you, you're likely not going to have time to make big adjustments. Summer's the time to just make minor tweaks. I mean, unless something's really going wrong. You want to use summer to flow that energy of everything that's working, serve your clients to the best of your ability, and have fun. So consider in your summer season what the days look like for you. What's your schedule? Where do you need help the most? Hopefully in springtime you were preparing in advance and you got help ahead of time. But you might notice now maybe you grew faster than you thought, and you might need to make an additional hire or 2. You might notice where you need additional support behind the scenes of your business. And then what percentage of your income are you saving to prepare for the fall and winter months that are to come? I love the profit first formula to help understand that your profit is set aside. You have a cushion for rainy days. So that there's a link in this worksheet for that as well. And then if you can remember, start to make notes about what's working really well in your summer season. You want to carry that over into the years to come. And then as you start to embrace the fall season, you'll start to notice a slowing down, a trickling effect, where you're going from a really high energy, full days, packed classes, packed schedule, to a slightly slower pace. And what I love about summer, and I grew up in Southern California, is we had kind of the Indian summer, where we had those surprise months in September and sometimes into October, where we had beautifully warm days. So you might notice it doesn't go from 100% to 50% or 40% all at once. You can have a slowing down. You might have another week, 2 weeks, couple weeks where you have a peak again. You have those beautiful long full days, and then things slow down again. So it's not going to be up and down in one solid linear formula, but see if you can just notice as things start to slow down, enjoy those peaks that stay in the fall, and then use the slower times as they start to come into your schedule to start planning again. Get feedback from what you just experienced in the summer season. Tap into your community, ask them what they liked. Find out what went wrong, what they want more of, what they want less of. Use their insight to help you plan for the winter months. So notice which months these are for you, which 1 out of 3 is perhaps the slowest, and then notice how you respond as clientele starts to dwindle. Does it seem stressful, like you're coming to this end point? Or can you release the tension, trusting this is the infinite game of running a yoga business, which is a topic we talked about in this month's Yoga Business Academy. Stay calm. See if you can find a way to understand and flow with this movement of your business and ride the wave so that you can stay energized and focused and really excited about these different elements. And then what are you going to do with the feedback you have received? So if you got input from your clients and your community and your staff, how are you going to change in your business as a result of that? And again, as you move into winter, it's a great time to start to implement those changes and then refine your entire process as you start to build again in the following season. What I love about the 4 seasons of a yoga business is that it starts to remind you that just because you might not prefer one season, you might get exhausted in the summer and bored in the winter, but you might notice that it's going to come back around again. And you're going to have an entirely different vantage point next time around. So decide where you're at right now in this seasonal aspect of your business. Fill out this questionnaire so that you can prepare for what's ahead of you. And then notice what you might want to consider as you approach this season, the same for you next year. You'll be in an entirely different place. So have fun with this. Enjoy the process of dissecting your yoga business and implementing the 4 seasons approach so that you feel confident as you step into each varying season. Okay, enjoy, download this worksheet, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.